We're the University of Arizona Center of Innovation. UACI is a proud power connector for the America Made Network. This video is created for the America Made Solar Prize to support solar innovators, entrepreneurs, and made in partnership with the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and the U.S. Department of Energy. These are the views of University of Arizona Center of Innovation and do not necessarily reflect the views of NREL or the DOE. I'm Shefali Patel. I'll be your coach for this learning module series. The goal of this video is to provide both hardware and software innovators and entrepreneurs in the solar industry the key steps and milestones from concept to pilot testing, along with relevant frameworks for structured development of each stage. Let's start with idea and concept development. This stage is about exploring ideas, developing your concept, and defining the market opportunity. Many entrepreneurs begin with a few ideas based on an interest in a technology or a hunch for a market need. A successful launch or business takeoff requires opportunity assessment. This module will focus on fundamental questions and approach to assess market needs and develop concept that addresses a key market gap as a foundation of your business. Here you'll start by exploring the problem statements in the solar industry, identifying the pain points and challenges that customers face. What are those common barriers to adopting solar energy? How do they currently address these challenges? Consider the high upfront costs, energy efficiency, and integration with existing infrastructure. Now, let's brainstorm potential solutions to these problems. What ideas come to mind? Consider how each solution addresses customer needs and pain points. Don't worry too much about feasibility at this stage, just focus on generating ideas. As we define our concept, it's essential to define our target audience and our market opportunity. Who are those ideal customers? What are their characteristics, needs, and preferences? What is the size and the growth of your potential target market? Conducting competitor research and analysis will also help you understand the competitive landscape and identifying areas for differentiation. You want to know who are the existing players in the market, what are their strengths and weaknesses, how can you differentiate your solution and stand out in the crowd. By the end of this phase, you should have a clear idea and a compelling concept, a defined target audience, and a unique value proposition that sets you apart from competition. Take your time to reflect on these questions and jot down your thoughts. Remember, this is just a starting point. We'll continue to refine and iterate on your concept as we progress through this program. For now, focus on exploring the problem statements and defining the opportunity for your innovative solution.
My husband, Brian, worked for Tesla and GAF, both solar roofing manufacturers, and noticed that each had limitations in their approach. Tesla focused on aesthetics, requiring solar panels to be coplanar with the roof, while GAF needed their product to integrate with asphalt shingles. But Brian knew there was a better way to solve the problem. First, we looked at it from several angles. The product had to appeal to homeowners. It needed to be affordable, beautiful, durable, and reliable. Second, it had to be compelling for installers. If it wasn't easy to install or didn't offer advantages over traditional asphalt shingles, it wouldn't gain traction. So we made sure it was longer lasting, more durable, and required minimal training for laborers. We prioritized using affordable, recyclable materials since asphalt shingles become landfill waste. And from a supply chain perspective, we needed to manufacture at a price close to asphalt shingles. We needed it to distribute easily and minimize packaging waste. The goal was scalability. While Tesla pioneered solar roofing, we saw that the industry's self-imposed constraints were driving up costs and complexity. We set out to find a simpler, more efficient solution. Our core mission was to scale solar as fast as possible. In the US, 5 million roofs are replaced each year, but only 200,000 homes got solar the year we started. We believed if every roofing customer was offered solar, framed as, would you like a roof or a roof that pays for itself, the adoption rate would increase. Even if just 20% said yes, that would quintuple the solar market. Since then, we've seen solar adoption rates of 30% to 80%, depending on the market. This idea gained momentum, and when we won the American Made Solar Prize, it confirmed we were on the right track.
Welcome to the Proof of Concept module. A critical milestone in technology ventures is proving the core value of your innovation through third-party or customer validation in form of data sets, evidence of improvement compared to existing market solutions. The focus of this module will be to elaborate on the importance of proof of concept and a process map to demonstrate success. Why is proof of concept so important? It's important because this is the moment when your innovative idea is put to the test and you gather evidence to demonstrate its value. This evidence can come in form of data sets, case studies, or testimonials from early adopters. It's a crucial step in securing funding, partnerships, and customer buy-in. So how do you achieve proof of concept? This starts by identifying key performance indicators, such as KPIs, or performance parameters that measure the success of your innovation. These could be metrics such as energy efficiency, cost savings, or carbon reduction. Next, you should design an experiment or a set of experiments or a pilot project to test your innovation in a real-world setting, such as a lab. You can collaborate with potential customers, research institutions, or industry partners to gain access to resources such as labs, expertise, or validation. You'll collect data and feedback from carefully designed experiments to refine your innovation, build evidence to demonstrate your technology's value. Now let's outline a process map to demonstrate success. First, you'll define your KPIs and success metrics. Next, you'll design an experiment or create a pilot project plan. You'll need to train yourself and your team members on the practice of DOE, or design of experiments, that have key variables and response parameters that you can measure. Collaborate with partners and stakeholders. Find early customers to discuss key specs or specifications to define your product requirements. Then you run your experiments, collect and analyze data, and document learnings. Fifth, refine and iterate on your innovation, and then showcase evidence and results. By following this process map, you'll be able to demonstrate the core value of your innovation and prove its potential value to improve existing solutions. Remember, proof of concept is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of refinement and iteration. In this stage, you'll also implement meticulous documentation and notes keeping to ensure accurate data gathering and analysis. It's wise to research industry bodies that provide third-party validation through standardized testing and data reports. Once you have successfully finished your proof of concept, you can save this data and a report in a secure place to share with potential investors, customers, government institutions when raising funds or prospecting a pilot partner, because they'll ask for it. In the next phase, we will explore prototyping and pilot testing, where you'll gather feedback from a larger customer base and refine your innovation for market launch.
Hello, my name is Philippe Hartley, and I'm the founder CEO of CleanFi.com. We're a startup in the fintech area. Our proof of concept and product validation process, we're a fintech platform dedicated to providing financing solutions for solar green building improvements across America. Our success hinged on three key stakeholder groups. The first one was our contractors and project developers. So we treat them as business development partners because they bring us deals. And in return, we offer them a free tool, to quote, instant financing options on projects. We provide them support. We help them close deals. And their feedback was very clear. They wanted speed, ease of use, and a free tool. Those were their top priorities. Our second stakeholders are our funders. They supply us the financial products we present to our customers through our contractors. Funders made it clear that what they needed in terms of project profiles were very specific guardrails of types of projects. location, price, points, asset class, that kind of stuff. And in exchange, they provided us data to instantly quote proposals on their product. They also helped solve a key challenge by agreeing to add our fees to their funding and pay us directly, and that eliminated a collection issue for us. And then finally, the building owners is our third group. Their main concern was credibility. Whether it was worth their time and their data to engage with a, as of yet, unknown website. And so they wanted transparency in conditions, transparency in fees, and while they were the most critical, they were also the most appreciative because our service offered them access to the funding that they were looking for. So our proof of concept centered on two indicators. Would contractors use our platform to explore funding options? And then two, when a deal reached maturity, would property owners apply to those funding solutions without hesitation? Both indicators were strong enough to validate our approach. Moreover, the positive feedback from the stakeholders confirmed that the value of our service and it was worth pursuing, and then they also highlighted areas for potential improvement, of course, which is constant.
Welcome to the prototype development module, where we'll dive into the process of building a first or early version of your solar product. This phase is crucial in bringing your innovation to life and gathering valuable feedback from your customers. So what is a prototype? It's a tangible representation of your product, allowing you to test and validate your ideas. Prototypes serve three key purposes. One is proof of concept, second, data collection, and third, very importantly, is usability feedback. They help you answer critical questions about your product's functionality, performance, and user experience. When designing your prototype, considering the following aspects. Functionalities. What features and functions will you include for your product? Materials and manufacturing. What materials will you use, and how will you manufacture the prototype? User experience. How will your users interact with the product? For software products, this is particularly important. How will users interact with the interface? How will they respond to the visual layout of a dashboard? Cost and scalability. How will you balance costs with scalability and production feasibility? Now, let's talk about testing your prototype. This is where you gather your data and feedback from the customers. At this stage, you'll have identified friendly customers who have shared their technical specifications with you. They're also willing to try or test your product and provide valuable feedback. Plan for usability testing, performance testing, and feedback sessions. Ask questions like, does the product meet customer needs and expectations? How user-friendly is the product? What are the areas for improvement? Sample or prototype prep is critical in ensuring success. Make sure that you label the prototype correctly. Include documentation to describe what you're shipping to the customers, and ensure proper packaging and shipping instructions. Remember, prototyping is an iterative process. Be prepared to refine and iterate on your design based on your feedback and test results. Don't be afraid to fail. It's an opportunity to learn and improve. Here is a prototype development process map to guide you. First, you'll define your prototype objectives, scope, including specifications. Next, you'll design and develop the prototype, followed by planned testing and feedback session with customers and lab partners. You'll also conduct usability and performance testing, followed by gathering and analyzing feedback, and also defining and iterating on the design. By following this process map, you'll be able to create a prototype that effectively tests your ideas, gathers valuable feedback, and sets the stage for a successful product launch. In the next phase, we'll explore pilot testing, where you'll test your refined product with a larger customer base. That's all for today's session.
When we started developing our prototype, we had no money. Both of us had left our jobs to focus entirely on this project, so everything had to be affordable. We managed to put together a proof of concept, which we used to shop the idea around. The first step was writing out the primary requirements. We needed the product to be compatible with roofer business models, have great aesthetics, find a path to cost parity with asphalt shingles plus solar, and ensure the mounting hardware worked with both our roof and asphalt shingles. During Brian's time in solar and roofing, he spoke with many solar and roofing business owners and noticed that no one was making products specifically to give these businesses an advantage. That was the gap we aimed to fill. Next, we designed multiple versions of the shingles and mounting hardware, and we documented these designs in our provisional patent application. After that, we built several prototypes to compare them, and then we iterated, refining the features we liked and improving wherever we could. Throughout this process, we relied heavily on feedback. We had roofers and solar installers, some of whom we employed, evaluate the prototypes and give us their input during development. Their feedback was a priority because, in a way, they were our customers. This meant we were able to incorporate customer feedback quickly. We needed compatibility with current solar roofer business models, so customer insights were critical to initial concept development. And they continue to influence the product development throughout, thanks to the continuous feedback loop from our installers.
Welcome to the pilot testing module, a critical phase in bringing your solar product to market. In this phase, you'll test your refined product in a real-world customer environment, paving the way for commercialization. So what is a pilot project? It's a small-scale, short-term deployment of your product in a customer setting, allowing you to test its performance, gather feedback, and refine your solution before you scale up. Choosing the right partner is crucial for the pilot stage. Look for customers who are representative of your target market. They're willing to provide feedback and support, easy to work with. If they're in close proximity, even better. They should also be able to dedicate resources and time and understand startup challenges and nascency. You can also enter into a commercial contract with a pilot partner. This can be in form of a purchase order or a service agreement. Pilot partners can be also joint developers, extending technology vehicles that use your product to improve system performance. When selecting a pilot partner, consider factors such as industry and market segment, company size and structure, existing infrastructure and technology. Next, let's discuss key elements of a successful pilot execution. It's important that you develop clear objectives and scope for the project. You also have to define roles and responsibilities in your organization as well as customers. It is important that you communicate regularly and seek feedback. Set up a kickoff call to agree on the cadence, key milestones, and logistics. A method for data collection and analysis, and a contingency plan in case of early failures or surprises. Remember, pilot testing is a collaborative process. Work closely with your pilot partner to establish a great working relationship. You can also visit the pilot site so that you can test and map out the key aspects of the project design. By following this process map, you'll be able to execute a successful pilot project, validate your product's performance, and prepare for commercialization. In the next phase, we'll explore product launch, where you'll scale up your product and bring it to market. That's all for today's session. Take the next few days to work on your product pilot testing, and we'll meet again to discuss product launch. Thank you.
So for a software company, pilot testing is all about demonstrating the efficiency and the value of the product in real world conditions. Now, the goal for us was to ensure that users faced no barriers in using the software, and that we, as the administrators, encountered no obstacles in managing their experience. So if we met both those conditions, we knew we'd delivered a product with true value that could be expanded and improved. So in our pilot, we focused on two key tests. The first one was scalability, And as we scaled the software, of course, new barriers emerged, not just in code engineering, but also in our processes. And overcoming these challenges was crucial to proving the product's ability to grow and adapt. The second is use case complexity. We designed the software for specific variables, but users inevitably brought in new applications. This is where the vision of what you're building is really put to the test. You start off with a use case rendering that looks like a nice little circle, and then before you know it, it looks more like an amoeba. And this is the stage that challenges both the discipline and the confidence that you have in the project, and it certainly pushed us to be selective in our adaptation. But anyway, through these tests, our pilot testing ensured that our product worked as intended and was robust enough for real-world complexities and scalable for future growth.
When we started developing our prototype, we had no money. Both of us had left our jobs to focus entirely on this project, so everything had to be affordable. We managed to put together a proof of concept, which we used to shop the idea around. The first step was writing out the primary requirements. We needed the product to be compatible with roofer business models, have great aesthetics, find a path to cost parity with asphalt shingles plus solar, and ensure the mounting hardware worked with both our roof and asphalt shingles. During Brian's time in solar and roofing, he spoke with many solar and roofing business owners and noticed that no one was making products specifically to give these businesses an advantage. That was the gap we aimed to fill. Next, we designed multiple versions of the shingles and mounting hardware, and we documented these designs in our provisional patent application. After that, we built several prototypes to compare them, and then we iterated, refining the features we liked and improving wherever we could. Throughout this process, we relied heavily on feedback. We had roofers and solar installers, some of whom we employed, evaluate the prototypes and give us their input during development. Their feedback was a priority because, in a way, they were our customers. This meant we were able to incorporate customer feedback quickly.
Welcome to the product launch module, a defining event that marks the beginning of commercialization. In this phase, you'll introduce your solar product to the broader market, making it available for purchase and use. A successful product launch requires very careful planning and preparation. Let's focus on the key elements to consider. Product readiness. Ensure that your product meets quality and performance standards. Marketing materials. You'll need to develop essential materials such as data sheets, brochures, and website content. Sales strategy. Define your sales approach, your channels, and partnerships. You'll also need pricing and revenue model. So determine your pricing strategy and the key revenue streams, along with a launch event. A launch event to generate buzz and excitement about your product in the market. Product and marketing materials are crucial for a successful launch. Make sure that you have clear and concise product descriptions, a compelling product image and demos, effective sales collateral and presentations or bill of materials, engaging website content, and social media presence. Your sales strategy should also include identifying key channels and partnerships, defining key sales processes and protocols, and training the sales teams as well as your channel partners. You'll need to make sure that the pricing and revenue model is carefully considered. Research competitors and market conditions, determine pricing tiers and structures and your offers, and make sure you define your revenue streams and projections for the next 3 to 5 years. Finally, plan a memorable launch event. Choose a date and format, whether it's offline or online. Invite your key stakeholders, customers, and partners. Showcase your product and share success stories. By focusing on these key elements, you'll be well prepared for a successful product launch, setting the stage for commercial success. That's all for today's session.
So when launching a software product, especially for an online service, the first goal is to show that there is a real need for the solution and that the engineering and design of your solution is both barrier-free and effective for users. So you start out making the product free and see if the users will flock to it. The real challenge is, of course, getting the users to care enough to interrupt their day, try something new. In a world overwhelmed with hype, it's tough for people who are already stressed about meeting their own goals to become test pilots for your product. It's a favor they're doing for us as product launchers, so we must ensure that they're motivated to take the time of day to use the product, to provide feedback, and maybe even bring us business, or let us know how much they would pay for it if it weren't free. So here are 2 lessons from our product launch. First, need to be absolutely clear about the problem you're solving. Focus sharply on defining the problem, not the solution, at least at first. As your product evolves, users will suggest new opportunities that might tempt you to stray from your original goal. We talked about that earlier. But staying focused on the problem ensures that you don't dilute your impact. Continuously ask yourself, whose problem is it? Why is it a problem? What will the world look like if the problem is solved? What is the value of the problem? How is the problem being worked around today, and what is the cost of that solution? So are you inventing a mousetrap, or are you bringing a perceived improvement to the mousetrap? The second very, very important lesson is bootstrap, bootstrap, bootstrap. From my experiences, I can guarantee that if you need to work hard to raise money for your solution, your launch is not ready to raise money. It'll take myriad iterations for your product, design, engineering, customer management, pricing model, etc., before it's a well-oiled machine. And by that point, it will naturally sell itself to investors. So the key is to stay nimble, strategic, and extremely light. Small, small, small. The Solar Prize can help you across the first iteration that generates enough revenue to get you to the second. Good luck.
Over the past few modules, we've covered the central phases of building a successful solar startup. From idea or concept development to product launch, we've explored the key elements and the best practices to bring your innovative solution to the market. We started with idea and concept development, where we explored problem statements, ideated on solutions, and defined our target audience and the market opportunity. Next, we delved into proof of concept, where we validated our idea through data collection, testing, and feedback from early customers. We then moved to prototype development, where we designed and tested the prototype, gathering valuable feedback from your customers. Following that, we conducted pilot testing, deploying the product in a real-world customer environment, paving a way for commercialization. And finally, we prepared for product launch, planning and executing a successful launch event, making our product available to the product market. By following these phases and best practices, you'll be well equipped to build a successful solar startup, bringing innovative solutions to the market and making a meaningful impact in the renewable energy space. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We wish you all the best in your Solar Prize Round 8 endeavors.